Hello friends, I am Professor Sunil Bairagi from KK College of Agriculture, Nasik. So now in today's topic, we have to see the determination of sodium and potassium. So these are the cations which are present mainly in the irrigation water sample. So we have to determine this sodium with the help of flame photometer and also the potassium also determined with the help of flame photometer. So let's see how we determine this sodium. So reagents required, that is the first one, that is standard sodium chloride solution. So for that purpose, weight and dissolve 5.845 gram of sodium chloride in water and make up to 1 liter mark. This gives us 100 milli equivalent per liter stock solution of sodium. So for that for the determination of sodium, we have to prepare this standard curve. So for preparing a stock solution of 100 milli equivalent weight and dissolve, so same as we seen above, weight and dissolve 5.845 gram of sodium chloride in water and make up to 1 liter mark. So from this stock solution, we have to take 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 ml solution is diluted to 1000 ml with a mixture of alcoholic ammonium chloride. So from this stock solution, right from 100 equivalent per liter we have prepared, from this stock solution we have to take 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 ml solution, and this solution we have to dilute it for 1000 in 1000 ml. Okay, so this solution contain 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4 and zero point 0.5 milli equivalent sodium per liter. Okay, so that means it contains 0.0, then 2.3, 4.6, then 6.9 and 9.2 and 11.5 microgram sodium per ml of per ml respectively. Okay, a curve is drawn by plotting flame photometer reading on y-axis against concentration of a sodium on x-axis. If graph is not in straight line, reduce the range of concentration of working standard and again draw the above relationship. Okay, so now atomize the unknown samples into the flame and record the reading. So for that purpose, you have to take these samples. That means zero point 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, zero point 0.4 and 0.5 milli equivalent sodium per liter. You have to take these samples to the while feeding in a flame photometer. Right from this sample, you have to prepare the graph. If this graph is not in a straight line, you have to reduce the concentration or the range of concentration of working standard. And after that, you have to atomize. That means you have to feed or you have to test the unknown sample into the flame and record the readings. So you have to calculate this sodium concentration from the graphs and multiply by dilution factor, if any, to get the final value. So this is the flame photometer. Right from this, uh, here is the flame, and then from this point we have to feed the solution or the solution, not solution, the sample from this point. Okay, so these are this here the readings are seen. Then this is the principle which are on which the flame photometer work. So while we are feeding sample or testing the sample, first one, the sample is atomized. Okay, so and then in mixing chamber, then in case when it comes in contact with flame, okay, so this heat energy provide energy to the atomic molecule and they go into their upper state. Okay, and while they are on their upper state, they emit some radiation or some power, and this lens or this filter, and from this filter this radiation may be amplified, which are seen on this LCD display. Okay, and this is the for that purpose this compressed air supply and then compressed fuel supply. Mainly in compressed fuel supply we are using our gas, and the compressed air supply is also there is a the pressure is you have to maintain. Okay, so while come in contact with the flame photometer, the atoms go to their excited state, that means in higher state, and then while they have gone to their excited states, they emit some lights or some emit some radiation, and that radiation is filtered through this filter and then amplified, and the result are shown on this LCD display. So the calculation, that is sodium milliequivalent per liter in water extract is equal to sodium milliequivalent per liter as obtained from Kerr into dilution factor. Then same procedure we have follow for the determination of potassium. So standard KCl solution, the reagent that is standard KCl solution, that means potassium chloride solution of 1000 microgram per ml, then dissolve 1.906 gram of AR grade potassium chloride in distilled water. Make up to the volume up to 1 liter mark. That means this gives 1000 milligram potassium per liter of solution. So this is the question, that how it gives the 1000 milligram. So while we are considering the 1.906 gram, okay, so this gram contains 1000 milligram. So that's why this gives the 1000 milligram of potassium per liter in solution. Dilute this solution, take 10 ml and dilute to 1000 ml with a mixture of alcoholic ammonium chloride. Okay, so if we are taking this 10 ml and this diluted to 1000 ml, it gives us 100 milligram of potassium per liter, or we are called it as a 100 ppm potassium, or 100 microgram potassium per ml. Okay, if you are calculating this 10 ml and when we are diluted to the 100 ml, it gives us 100 milligram potassium per liter. So for the second one, that is standard curve of potassium. From the 100 milligram per liter of potassium solution, prepare working standard solution of 0.2468 and 10 milligram potassium per liter. A curve is drawn by plotting flame photometer reading on y-axis and concentration of potassium on x-axis. Now atomize the unknown samples into the flame and record the readings. Dilute the sample and read the concentration from graph and multiply by dilution factor. Okay, so in same case, so the same calculation you have to calculate it in the case of potassium. So the calculation, that is potassium ppm in water extract is equal to potassium ppm, that means potassium in ppm as obtained from Kerr into dilution factor. So while the calculation of potassium milliequivalent per liter, you have to calculate it right from potassium milligram per liter from standard curve that we are obtaining, and the 39.1. So this 39.1 is because of equivalent weight of potassium. So this is all about the determination of sodium and potassium from irrigation water. Thank you.